It's like something you just gotta trust the process for. Remember, I did my first piece and I hated it. But then I loved how it turned out afterwards. All right, so we're gonna do some epoxy countertop. So this is the epoxy I chose. Got some undercoat, my mixing buckets, paint, tape, mixer, paper, some powders, torch, heat gun, paint, and then roller down there. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoy this video of how I did the epoxy countertops. All right, so step one would be to mask everything off. So let's put that down here. All right, so that's it. First up, masking it off. Make sure you get everything goodly taped off so you won't have no errors. I took the doors off, but I was being lazy, so I left the doors this thing on. Move on to the side. Alright, so I'm just gonna take these actually. Alright, so now we're all taped up as you see on all sides. Now next step will be painting my undercoat for the epoxy. Alright, so this is the undercoat I went with. Stone coat undercoat and white color. Saw a bunch of different reviews about it online. So that's what I went with. That's a nice white. So on the countertop, I like them a little more whiter than the countertop white. This would be a base coat to have something like a white, black, and a charcoal epoxy colors in it. It's really nice white undertones because the cabinets are white, as you can see. So help it match. Make sure you actually like stir this stuff up and shake it up real good before you open it, because who knows how long it's actually been sitting. Got it poured down here, roller. Alright, that's definitely a brighter white. So I don't know if you see, yep. You can see in camera, it's definitely a brighter over white. For the undercoat. Alright, got a good first base coat. Everything looks nice, smooth, and even. So now you go wait an hour, then come back and do a second coat. Alright, so day 2. Got my mixing buckets, epoxy drill, some gloves. Definitely want to have some gloves for this. It gets messy. This is my test piece I did a while back, just to see how I actually like it. It's kind of do the same pattern, but I think I'm going to do a little lighter to match the white inside of here. Then my mixing powders. So stay tuned. Alright, so first thing you want to do is prep your area. So what I mean by that is I'm going to go around with some tape, some nice masking tape, construction tape, and do a nice little line around it. It's gonna help our plug coat stay in spot while it tacks up. So, all the way around. Make sure you get the corners good. That'll be a weak spot. So I'm actually gonna go around this twice. Just get a little more strength. Have a nice little overlap right in the corner. You can see. We want to make sure that worked out all the way in. So you got a nice strong barrier for flood coat. Alright, that's all nice and tight. So now, fun part. You can start mixing up some epoxy. So I'm gonna do another measurement, just double check my measurements. And I have this calculator I found online to let you know how much epoxy you need. So do my measurements and then start measuring some epoxy out. .38 by, let's see, 62. So 38 by 62 is the measurements of my countertops. So I'm gonna plug it into the calculator. I do like a little overlap on the screen right quick to show you what I mean. So here's the calculator I was talking about. So for my project length was 62 by 38 with 0.125 coat thickness, which is 1/8 of an inch. So at the bottom here, you'll see in gallons is how much I need, 1.27 gallons. So I'll probably mix like 1.5 gallons just so I can have an extra for the size of the counter for the overflow. And let's see, they have like little conversion charts. It's a nice website, have helpful tips and tricks. They suggest to have a 5 to 10% extra at 8-inch thickness. So let's get to mixing. All right, so now it's time to pour in our epoxy. So like I said, I was going 1.5 gallons from the get-go. So I did a little math to get it in 2 buckets. Do 48 ounces of each. What you get is our 1.5 gallon total aggregate. So put the gloves on. This stuff is sticky. All right. So let's measure out. I let dirt in my bucket. All right, cool. All right, so let's measure out 48 ounces. This stuff is thick. All right, right at 48 ounces for that one. I'm gonna slide this over. For the next one. Put the cap on that. Yeah, here we go. Set that back down. Let's add another 48 to it with part B. All right, ready? And this stuff has a real strong odor to it, so I suggest open the window or something so you won't get light. All right, cool. So now let's mix it. Move these out the way. So got that ready. Oh, that's nasty. So now I'm gonna add my colors. So I got a crystal white, a silver gray, and a carbon black. So I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna throw a little flake of gold in here. Actually, do a little shimmer gold too. Cause why not? So, a lot of crystal white, which would be main color. See how that looks first. And what else did I do crystal white already? Oh. Not tripping. Oh, bright gold. Kind of want to add it to it. Wait, I already did this one. Not tripping? What's going on? Shimmer gold, but I didn't do yet. Alright, cool. Alright, now it's time to mix it up. Yep. So let's see, get a nice little mix. Make sure you get down in the bottom. Mix the bottom real good. So you usually about to do it for about 2 minutes with a power drill. Alright, that's all mixed up. Now let's go into the darker colors. Now, I think I'm gonna do a little natural just flood coat with both colors. Just putting it in randomly. So let's get to it. And I heard that pour on the side helps keep the color from lapping over each other. I'm gonna start pouring this stuff out and save this a little bit for a little later time. So I'm gonna start tacking up. Look at what's getting. Alright, so yeah, this is heavy as hell. So I'm gonna start with a diagonal pour across the side. Alright, cool. Now I'm going to put a little bit of this light color in between that, just a little bit, those smaller coats. So like, there's no really random, like as set on stone way to do this. Every countertop can be uniquely its own. I guess there's no right or wrong way to lay it down. It's just all flowy. not sure if you can see this, but it's like those small little gaps. I want to make sure every little gap is filled in with some type of epoxy, especially in these corners. Like that. Let's see if I can show you what I'm talking about. Oh, that looks good on camera. I don't even want to move the camera. But you see, right in those corners, like right here, there's a spot of epoxy that's not poured. So make sure you get in those corners real good. Like right here, I'm talking about. Not to buck it up. That's pretty cool. I think I like that. All right, so now it's time to bring in our torch and get all those air bubbles out. All right. Doesn't like being upside down much. Yeah, I figure that's gonna happen. Trying to bring up the heat gun. I figured that was gonna happen, but maybe because it was a higher up, it might help with the job. You can actually see the bubbles popping. It's pretty cool to actually watch. There you can see how the bubbles just pop. This thing real hot, so definitely want to have a nice heat gun if you don't use a torch. It gets really hot to get those air bubbles out really quickly before it starts to set up. Sometimes it's easier to get eye level with it so you can see where your air bubbles at. So like right here is a bunch of air bubbles. So you just want to keep doing this until you get all the air bubbles out essentially. I wish I would have done another light pattern right here, but oh well. I think it looks good for a first time doing a big pour like this. Alright, so now we done took all the air bubbles out with the heat gun. Went over for about good 15-20 minutes just to make sure I had all the air bubbles out. If you come parallel with it, you can see how flat of glass it is. I don't see any air bubbles. There are a few spots where like some lint got into it just from floating around in the air. So I definitely recommend you have an air purifier if you do this job, because it's just a little bit of lint from the air got into the epoxy. You can see some spots in it. But overall, really, really smooth. You can see all the lights in the roof. But yeah, definitely pretty cool for a first job. First time doing this on a large scale like this. Next time, I guess advice, I'll use smaller cups because that big bucket was hard to pour. And that's why you had like some of the blobs like that. But it adds character, so I like it. The wife likes it. Just called her, showed her on FaceTime. So she likes it. And now we gotta wait like an hour. So you pull the tape back and see how it's like running. pretty fast. Gotta wait that little tack up a little bit. So about an hour, I can pull the tape off and let it flow around the edges. All right, so now it's been over an hour, or a little bit over an hour. So now it's time to pull the tape back off and see if it'll flow over sides. That's good. Pull out in a way to get your epoxy start flowing over the sides. And this side doing a whole lot better. I'm not sure why this side. It's probably because this thing not level. Yeah, this side doing a lot better with it dripping. Might have waited a little too long, but it should do all right. All right, so I got like a spatula. Let me go ahead and just take the edge off of this like this. I don't think I poured enough things. I still got a little bit in this bucket. I don't think I poured enough to get my float over like I needed to. Not wait a little too long. So just gonna do the first little coat on the side, that first tier, and then let's do the white, the other white. It's like it's sitting on top of the trim, I guess, if you think about it. All right, so I got everything done. The epoxy actually did end up dripping all the way down, so definitely a patience game. So like little spots like that, I ran out of epoxy to fill in, but on the ends, it filled all the way in pretty good. I'll take it around the whole thing. Like again on the sides, it's not the best on the sides, but on the ends, length way, looks pretty good. And this the top finished product, still really shiny like glass, like smooth. Not really too many air pockets, if any. Like I said, it got some lint in it, so might see some lint. But overall, really satisfied with this project. I would say, overall, really excited with how this turned out. I definitely would say if you don't have patience, this might not be the project for you. It's definitely a heavy learning curve. I feel like anyone can do it, but it definitely does take some time out your day. 2-day process, prep for paint, wrap everything up. If you don't have the patience to do it, do not do it. And that's my timer, I gotta go work. Alexa, stop. But if you do and love DIYs, give it a shot. I think it looks great for the first time. Hey, just go for it. What can you hurt? You just repaint it over it and try it again if it messes up. But thanks for watching this video. I should have a shorts up about it, so you can just watch like a short version of it coming up soon. And that's all. Thank you. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, if you actually do like this type of content, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you like. Tell me if you don't like it. I accept negative feedback, so just let me know if you actually do like this comment. If you do, content, I should say. If you do like this content, give it a big like. That keeps me motivated to keep doing stuff like this and recording, because this was a task. So thanks for watching.